B-rated movies.
All right. So this is Brian from Berated B-rated movies. Anthony couldn't make it today. He had something come up. So with us are the creators and actors in the movie Feed Me, which, if you haven't seen already, like, good God, go watch it. It's got some amazing stuff that goes on in it, you know. So I don't know if you guys want to just say what's up, introduce yourselves, anything like that.
We usually have a little order we're going in, but I've forgotten what that order is. So,
Oh, my bad.
I'll start. I'm Adam Leader. I'm the writer and co-director of the film.
Nice.
I'm Richard Oakes. I'm the other co-director and DOP on the film.
and my name is Neal Ward, and I play Lionel Flack in the film. And I'm also a producer, and all three of us are also producers as well as Ed Polgardi, who isn't with us.
So the movie, well, first off, let's start off. Anthony wanted me to tell you guys that he really enjoys the films. He says that how heartfelt your movies are, and then how quickly they can just get twisted. So he wanted to make sure that I told you guys that, basically word for word. So,
that's very kind of him.
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose we do make different films that are very, very different, but also popular, I suppose.
No, they're really easy to watch. You can actually get sucked into the movie like you should. If you just watch the movie, you're just like, God, this movie is dragging on and on. But no, the movie Feed Me, there's not any any moments where you're not like, what the hell just happened? Holy cow, So I don't know if you've listened. I know that you've made a comment about, one of the episodes, but they're genuine. For the most part, what I do is I'll watch the trailers, and then I was like, I don't want to spoiler because I feel you actually listening to me and watching the movie and try to narrate and stuff like that, all of those holy shit, that just happened, all that's a genuine feeling, emotion that's actually going through. And so I think Anthony will watch some of them, but for the most part, he'll before we start doing our recording, he'll watch some of it and then be like, oh, we need to do this. So no, the Feed Me one, just great, all around,
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
So question is, how did you come up with that idea? I was talking with Richard a little bit earlier for just a sec, and we love the movies that they're not the, stick to the same thing where, you're going to go to a camp, you're going to get murdered. Okay, you're going to go to an Airbnb that's in a random house, then you're going to get murdered there. You know what I'm saying? So for yours, there's a couple. No, we've seen. We'll talk about. We saw Hosts. That was a great movie too. I know we talked. Really enjoyed that one. But the Feed Me one, how'd you come up with that idea?
Well, it was about a shit. When was it, man? About a year and a half ago. The three of us were on a shoot, and I'd been. I like to watch a lot of true crime documentaries and stuff. The serial killer psychology kind of fascinates me, and I've always been into it and stuff. And one of the stories that I just found so interesting was the Armin Muse story, where the German cannibal who convinced another man to willingly let him eat him. So it was all
what?
Tread lightly when I say this, legally binding, so to speak, and it was consensual human consumption. So I suggested it to Richard, and he loved it and stuff. Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, man, we should definitely build something off that." So that's what we did. The two of us went away, locked ourselves away, and just wrote this whole story, like scene by scene idea of what we wanted to do and what we wanted to see, and it just turned into this ridiculous batshit story, and it just turned into the world of Feed Me was created, and then I took that as like as my map or my Bible, and I used that to create the screenplay for it. And it's crazy how all that happened so quick. It still hasn't been a year since we started shooting the movie, so it's all happened very quick, man. But yeah, that's the inception of the film, I guess. That's how it began.
Wow. So you said it didn't even take a year. That was another question, was how long did it take you to film it? You said less than a year?
Well, it took us about 17 days to film it,
Wow.
and then about 3 or 4 months to edit. And then it was trying to find the right home for it, which we ended up with XYZ in the US, who have been great. And then it's out. On all the platforms now, so that's cool.
Please tell, was it a studio that built that, or was that like the apartment? Was that we spoke this? It's not one of you guys' houses, right?
It was the police lady. It's her granddad's house. So he passed away, and she said they were going to sell it, but they were like, well, it needs renovating anyway, so do what you want with it, and then as long as you renovate, like put it back so that we can renovate it after. So that's what we did. We just made her granddad's house an absolute horror.
It's not like, I mean, like I've made comments like, I was like, dude, look at that bathroom, but it was so weird because like everything, it was like all the lines were so straight, like that it looked, we're just like, dude, especially like the bathroom, we're just like, there was somebody else there. It's like, no, that was my house that we did that whole movie. And we're just like, holy shit, like, hopefully you CGI'd it or something.
No, hand painted by the three of us. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, with like little tiny sponges and like children's water-based paint just going all around with greens and browns and shit-stained colours, and just, it got tedious after a while. It took us a while because we were getting annoyed with it, but we got it done. And then was it like the rusty taps and stuff that you were doing in the bathroom, Rich, and just the general mould and mildew and just disgusting sort of like the peeled soap as well, and bits of popcorn everywhere, and
But it smelled lovely, didn't it? Because it was all fresh paint. It just smelled like a new house.
Yeah,
it was brilliant. Like, because we had, like Rich said, it just smelled like fresh paint all the time. But then every morning, it would smell like you'd just moved into a newly renovated hotel, because we'd have our catering lady come in and bring everyone like eggs and bacon and sausages and stuff. So it just the whole time it just smelled glorious. So,
That's awesome.
The irony,
right? That's how you're eating such like a great thing and smells so great, but then you see it and you're just like, that's nuts, man. We also made that comment about that awesome grill like right there in the kitchen.
We found that in the garden, didn't we? We found it was like, oh, there's a big barbecue in the garden. Maybe we should bring that in the kitchen. It was like, who has a barbecue in their kitchen? It was like, Lionel Flack has
it.
Yeah, there you go.
And then, like halfway through that, the house shoot, there was loads of sticky blood everywhere, and then there was this sort of sweet smell, so it smelled a bit like a candy shop halfway through as well. The mix of sugar blood, and sort of rotting bacon at one point, because we used real meat for certain scenes. But yeah, there's a whole array of smells, but they weren't ever bad. I don't think it just looked disgusting.
See, and then you could just up the price of that house or that place. You just put pictures of the movie, like frame it all the way around when they try to sell that house, and be like, hey, this is what it.
I think we were very concerned, because obviously the plan for Nadia's family was to, sell the place afterwards and stuff and whatnot. And we were very concerned that it wouldn't sell. And this is going to sound a bit arrogant, but because we did such a good job of making it look like a piece of shit, we were worried that you know, how are they going to sell this place? Are we gonna screw this up? But luckily they sold it. We managed to reset it and paint it, and it looked nice and fresh by the end. And yeah, thankfully they sold it. So it was all
That's
good.
awesome.
For half of the value price.
I was going to leave that bit out, but you know,
As I was saying, no, you should have upped it. You know, there's always those people that's like, this car, like, you know, this
Was
celebrity
once driven
sat
by
in it.
Mick Jagger.
Yeah, and you're just
I
like,
mean,
you touched it.
If anyone gave a crap about us, then maybe. But
Yeah.
No,
I think we should have left the paintings up from the film as well. I think that would have sold it even better, like the
Oh,
vagina
my
with
God.
legs and the droopy tit and the
yes,
yeah,
those
Lionel's mum.
ones. It's like we always, another thing Anthony and I like we do is like we try to figure out like why they're killing people and like, you know, why the people being killed deserve to be killed, you know? And like there was one of them I was like, dude, if I was Lionel and I just had a big huge painting of my naked ass mom right there on the wall, every single day I'd have to wake up and eat my breakfast and look at it. I'd be like, God damn it, I hate my life. Like I'm gonna go do something horrible to somebody else now, I guess. You know?
well, there you go, man, and that's why Lionel does horrible shit.
Yeah. You know, and then there's
There you go.
man.
Kids, don't ever put a picture of your naked mum on the wall because you'll turn into a serial killer. So that's,
Yes.
well, that was an interesting shoot, wasn't it? Taking that photo. Because
man.
that photo was taken on my dining room table, which the kids eat off on the next morning, eat their breakfast on.
And then that's why it had that loose board on it.
Yeah.
Do those things.
We're not used to, like, you know, obviously life modeling and nude shoots, it's like it's a normal thing and people do it and it's very professional and stuff, but Rich and I hadn't done that before, so it was the first time for us having Claire, bless her, the actress who played Lionel's mum, come over to essentially do this nude shoot with us. And we were like, she wasn't nervous at all because it's what she does for a living and she's very good at it and she's fantastic. But me and Rich were like, oh my God, like, what do we say? We don't want to offend her. We want to be respectful, obviously. And she comes in and she's like, right, where can I get, I was going to say changed, where can I get undressed and whatever? So we're like, oh, just the bathroom over there. And then she comes into the living room where we had her get on the table for the actual picture, and she just comes in this robe, and we were like, right, okay, and she just takes it off, and we were like,
And let's begin.
This is new. It was great. It was good. You know what? Stuff like that, it really forms. It really helps break the ice and quicker form solid relationships with people. And you know, by the time we finished this shoot, like, we were having such lovely conversations with Claire, and she's just brilliant. She's so good, so professional. Yeah, she's brilliant.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, like we said, we always do, you know, reasons why and like PSA announcements, you know. So like after this, I mean, I don't plan on kidnapping anybody and making them sign a contract with me, but I've got leaks in my kitchen table. I'm like, I better make sure these motherfuckers are locked down. Like, you know, make sure they all locked work. I've got family coming into town next week for, you know, Thanksgiving. And I don't want anybody to, you know, be able to surprise me with a headbutt.
What are you going to feed your family? That's the question.
That's what, I mean, I don't know, but I still don't want them. I'm not planning on it, you know, being like, hey, sign this contract before you come to my house, everybody, just in case.
Hey, what's this fine print? What's the small print say? Consensual human consumption? What?
It was just, even like the food that like they were eating, you know, there's that scene. And again, hopefully, if you guys are listening to this this talk, you guys have already seen the movie. But, you know, there's that scene where he's like, eat this. You know, and the guy's like, okay, and starts eating it. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, you know, you just gave him his own, what did he give me? His leg. No, his arm. Right?
Yeah.
You gave him the arm. Right? And then everybody else loved it. And then he got so pissed when his leg tasted like shit, right? He was so angry about that, you know.
Yeah.
But the whole fact that he's like, oh, and the police officers came by, and they're just like, try this shit. This is amazing. They were so happy. Wow,
Having a moose boosh.
dude. No,
Oh,
just
Jed, put this
great.
on and having a moose boosh.
Right? Yeah. But I think all around, great. Anthony, wanted to ask you, Neal, Lionel, however, how do you keep your mood like set like that, man? Like in both of the movies, like you had a really dark, you know, like
I,
character,
do you know what it is
and
for these kind of dark and deep sort of sordid roles? It's I think it's really important to have fun in between takes. I don't myself personally have too much of an issue with diving into those kind of really serious situations. I can kind of turn it on and off very quickly, and I think because of the content and how dark some of those scenes were, especially in this film in Feed Me. We went into it, me and Chris, going, let's be really serious in between takes because I want to keep this really, really serious and whatnot. But I do think by the second or third scene, we were just going back to having a laugh in between and just keeping it light, because if you get too bogged down in the subject matter, then it can affect you. There's two scenes that I went really deep and probably a little bit too deep with the help from the guys, but that was the kitchen smash and then the end sequence. But yeah, we just have a laugh. We're all tired on set. We were all working so hard that you kind of need to have a little break and have a little laugh and just sort of bring yourself back to reality. Otherwise, you can turn into a bit of a recluse as a performer, I'm guessing. So yeah, I don't find it too hard. Is the simple form of that. I prefer to delve into the darker stuff. The comedy was what I wanted to keep consistent and funny as much as possible, because it's not usually my forte. I did a lot of it when I was younger, but with this and the last few films and productions I've been in, it's just been very serious, unhinged stuff. So that's where I thrive. So yeah. In answer to the question, I find it relatively easy, but with a huge amount of focus. I suppose it's more of a Meisner technique than any kind of method or anything like that. So yeah, turn it on and off, and then deal with it 4 months later.
I was about to ask, yeah, does it take you a while to get into character, or is it just like, all right, let's do this?
Just like that, straight
awesome.
in. Yeah.
And then another, like we've seen a bunch of movies where it's like, no, none of that was written at all. Like it was all, improv. Like, was there a bunch of the movies that were like improv? Were they all? I know that you said that you guys locked yourself in a couple rooms for a while, Adam, Richard, and you guys wrote it all out. So was it all like scripted, lined, everything, or was it like, okay, look, here's the gist of the story. Now we just need to get it to go,
I'd say about 95% was written. I think Adam really mastered the craft of kind of getting it to feel natural, and there's a couple of little bits that were improv. I think most of the improv was more in the actions and the things that Neal and Chris were doing that were making us laugh, and we're like, yeah, do that again, like more in their mannerisms than the script. And there was maybe a few couple of lines that were improv, but I think a lot of it was what Adam had written down, and just worked really well.
Nice. So we watched that movie. It was great, and then we figured out we were talking about other movies. So we have another questions that people were going to ask. Well, we had another podcast that asked us about if we'd want to get onto theirs and do like a Christmas episode. But they're like, yeah, we know. We want you guys to tell us about like your Christmas horror movies. And like we instantly were like, host, that's a horror movie, and we can get onto that because it's Christmas as well. And so we looked into it a little bit more where it's like, holy shit, like, there's multiple people on here again from it. So, we're going to have to, I told Neal, I was like, yeah, we're going to do a host episode as well. We'll have to redo, watch the movie together. That one's going to be, sorry to spoil it, everybody, but I have seen that movie. So we're going to have to redo it, but it's still...
Dig it up from its grave.
No. But, what's also funny is that you can see, like you always put those pieces together. Like there was something like years and years ago. They're like, oh, if you piece together all of, I think it was like Cuba Gooding Jr.'s movies, like that could be somebody in real life. Like, okay, they first started doing this in the hood, and then they did this, and I went to college, and they did this, So Lionel, he could have started out over there as that train conductor. The shotgun to the back, he could have just grazed him, so he could be alive. And then he's like, you know what? I got to get the hell out of this town. Then he moves over there, and then he freaking starts, eating people's fingers.
Well, he
So-
does have scars all up his back, so maybe that is what's happening.
That could tie in. I mean, Rich hates me for not staying still because I wanted to still be alive in case there was chance of a sequel of Hosts. But yeah, Rich had to freeze frame that end scene because I was slightly moving just as a sneaky actor. But
See?
I mean, yeah, the only thing is that he's done really well to hide his sordid past with his mother from Lucy from Hosts when they seem so nice.
But, it never says who, when she was whispering, she's like, oh, and then the guy took everything from them, so you don't really see the mom. So it could be. And maybe start out, and then he's like, you know what, I'm tired of looking at this picture of you, Mom. I'm moving to the town. And then he moved to the town. And then he's like, damn it, he got possessed. And he's like, fuck, I'm going back home and live with my mom because I lost my job. And
This
then he
poor
goes
guy
home.
can't catch a break.
Yeah.
See? It all could line up.
Just keeps consuming different identities. And then, yeah.
He's on witness protection. This is like his 4th time doing it.
Should have just had a little blue glow in your eye at the end, Neil.
Yeah. Little
See?
blue on the floor, just twink.
Yeah. So hosts, how did anybody come up with those? That was another one too, where, we talk about don't do this. And so for that, the beginning scene where she's like, there's something out there in the yard. He's like, I got this, like that just makes you like, I was talking with Rich, like we're in Vegas. So like, we don't have nice yards with like nice trees and be able to have a garden and stuff like that. So if someone's like, you're in your backyard, I'd be like, okay, well, there's just sand back there. Like maybe a rattlesnake, who knows what's back there. If you're in my backyard, you're going to get bit, but how them, like, it's one of those situations where you're just like, no, I'm not going to go back there then, or if you go back there, close your freaking back door,
Exactly.
This is
And,
true.
douse the house in sage.
every time you enter and exit your house, light
Yeah,
a
man.
piece of sage, and then that's it.
Otherwise, those demons will get you.
No, that movie, like you wait, and then like you start thinking about it when they're having that dinner. You're like, why does she have that underneath the table? Then all of a sudden she starts getting antsy. You're just like, holy shit, something's going to happen. And then all of a sudden something happens. You're like, holy shit, okay, now it's going to stop happening. And it's like, okay, now it's going to stop happening. Nope, okay, couple more, and then it's going to stop happening. Great. We really enjoyed it. It's going to sound messed up. They're just like, why'd you like that movie? Why'd you like that scene? You're just like, it's,
That's what we like to do, though. We like to go over the top. We like to let people know that, like, okay, something's about to happen. Something twisted, something fucked up is about to happen, and
Yeah.
we like to let the audience know that because it helps the anticipation up to when it does happen. But we don't like to stop when you think it should stop or when you expect it to stop. We like to carry on because it's awkward and it's horrible and it makes people react and it makes people go, why aren't they stopping? This is horrible, or I'm pissed off, or some people go, I love this. This is brilliant because it's so over the top. And that's kind of why we just think we just like ridiculousness. And it's great, and it seemed to work. The 2 films in a row, it seems to work. People seem to dig the old hammer scene in Hosts and the arm scene in Feed Me. And
God, that arm scene.
Just not stopping. Just keep going, keep going, keep going.
Right? And he's like, stop. He's like, I can't. I'm already here.
Exactly,
You're just like, And I don't know if you guys ever seen, there's the only thing I could think of too, was that scene from Best the Best where Tommy has to pop his, Alex's arm back into place. He's like, pop it, Tommy. And I was like, just pop it, Lionel. Damn it. That's all you got to do is just fucking do one pop and it'd be done. Man. See, like you root for him. You're just like, oh, because, it's I said, it's great. Like, you can put yourself into like everybody's shoes. Well, I wouldn't have signed that contract in the first place, but you could put yourself into all those shoes and be like, "What are you doing? Just hurry up and do this." You know, even though you know goddamn well you've never done that, or I've never done that. You know, so I'm trying to tell this person how to rip somebody's shoulder off. You know, just like, no, you're doing it all wrong. Damn it, come here. You know.
But this is the thing, there's a few comments about that are going on like that. No one would ever sign their life away and like that. But it was a true story that did happen.
Yeah.
Someone has done that, so there are people that would willingly do that. Maybe not to the extent of what we did, but yeah, this guy obviously was expecting something else from the true story that it's loosely based on. But yeah, anything's possible in this day and age. I mean,
exactly.
Just look at the world. Anything's possible. You can do anything nowadays, and it's not too far fetched. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, that could happen. This could definitely happen. This guy could lose his wife and happily give himself up just because he thinks he's going to get back with her, and that's kind of what happens. And then it's just a master manipulator that does it very quickly and easily, and then has a freezer full of bodies.
Yeah. Well, there's, that's why you see those stupid warning labels where it's like, don't juggle safes on top of this ladder. And you're just like, what? It's like somebody must have done that in order for it to
say that when we were going to the film festival, and at the airport it said like things you can't take through like customs or through security, and one of them was a barrel of toxic waste.
Yes.
And you kind of go, what happened for them to have to put that on the sign? Was someone rolling a barrel through the, through customs going, can I take this toxic waste?
Could you imagine if it wasn't on the list and someone just rolled their barrel of toxic waste, and the only thing they could say is it's over 100 mil, so you're not allowed to take it. But you can have 75 mil of toxic waste on the plane. You'd be fine. But shit, Tom, we left off the toxic waste again on the new signage.
Yes. But
packet of peanuts saying "warning may contain nuts." That's the worst one I've ever seen. Like, I bought peanuts for a reason, man.
Yeah, that's like the thing. I don't know about over there, but now like those Tide Pods, they're all like locked up, like they're cigarettes. Like the Tide Pods you throw into your washing machine. There's some stupid young people, like however many years ago, that were doing the Tide Pod challenge where they eat them.
Oh my gosh!
And you're like, you fucking deserve to die then. Like, you're a dipshit. Your insurance shouldn't cover you for being an idiot.
They do look oddly appetizing, though.
They smell great, man. Yeah,
yeah, they smell great.
Like, I don't know what they're called, man. But we used to get them. I think they still sell them. They're like long, like plastic, like really kind of weak kind of plastic, whatever you want to call it, and it's got these like jelly sweets inside.
Yeah.
We used to get like 10p or 10 cents or whatever on the way to school couple of years ago, and but that's kind of what those like washing machine pods or dishwasher pods remind me of. Like, they just look like really edible, chewy, jelly like sweets, and I do want to eat one.
Good God.
They do look appetizing. But I suppose in America as well, if people were eating liquid tabs like that, they did have a president telling people to inject themselves with bleach. So, like, I mean, come on.
There is that too.
There's that.
But like, you have to lock them up now. Like, so you can't just go run into the grocery store real quick and be like, hey, I'm going to grab these and then go out. You have to wait. You have to call an employee to come over and unlock it and everything like that,
Yeah.
It's
really,
yeah. There's some
dipshits.
It's those one, thanks to what the fuck, TikTok and all the other shit. It's like, hey, watch me do something dumb. I'm gonna butt chug this fucking Tide Pod.
Tide Pod. And I bet there's a cabinet of guns for sale without a lock on them, though, next to them.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not anti-gun or pro-gun or whatever you.
For every Tide Pod you buy, you get a shotgun. That's the sell.
I saw one with a woman who wanted to detox, and she saw a YouTube video of someone saying, "Yeah, drink a pint of soy sauce, and that will
Jesus.
detox your body." And she died. Like there was nothing. Like she went to the hospital, and they were like, "There's nothing we can do because as soon as you because it's a dehydration of your brain, but if you put the water in, your brain swells and gets crushed by your skull,
Jesus.
so they can't even rehydrate you." It's
I call that natural selection, though. Sorry,
Exactly.
You're gone. Sorry, if you're gonna do that, like pay more attention in school as to what those kind of things could do to you, man.
I love soy sauce, but good God.
Yeah, don't drink a pint of it.
Just don't drink soy sauce. Don't even take a shot of it. What the hell? Like I make like rice all the time. Like my mom's Filipino, so like we have rice and soy sauce. My mom would be like, "You're putting too much soy sauce on." I was like, "Mom, it's like barely anything on it." She's like, "I don't care." We're like, "All right, never mind then."
There's a shot in the movie of Sam, who plays Olivia, Jed's wife, who dies in the movie, and the shot where it cuts to her and you see her dead body and stuff, and it's pushing in on her face, and there's this blood dripping out of her mouth. We actually used soy sauce for that because the color was right and the thickness was right. But what none of us, and sadly Sam, didn't know was that the soy sauce was about a year past its sell-by date, and she had to lie there and have this sauce just dripping into the back of her throat, and she was like, "Okay, you got the shot? You got the shot?" And we were like, "Not yet, not yet." And then we were like, "Cut." And then she was like, ran to the bathroom and had to spit out.
Salty, dude.
And when we said we need her to look dead, and you went, "I know, soy sauce."
God.
We didn't have blood. We like for some reason we'd forgotten the blood, or we just didn't pack the blood that day and didn't bring it to set because we were on a different location for that. For that scene. So yeah, we had to improvise. And speaking of Airbnbs, we were in an Airbnb. That's where we shot that scene. And luckily they had some out of date condiments and stuff in there. So as filmmakers do, we improvised and used what we had, and what we had was stale soy sauce, and it worked.
It's like
Did you
when we
put that
took
on the
Neal's trousers and we did the whole scene with him in his pants. It didn't end up in the film because we cut the scene, but we just improvised.
Is it on the bonus features on Amazon over there?
I don't know.
Or is that being saved for the DVD and Blu-ray and all that?
Bonus features on Amazon. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought I've been seeing a lot of it. Netflix certainly have a couple of bonus features and stuff I've been seeing.
All right, I don't know.
But the was the TripAdvisor for that Airbnb, Adam, was that did you mark them down a bit for the out of date condiments?
Nah, I gave she gave me because it was done on my account. She gave me surprisingly a nice review, so I thought I'd give her a good one. I didn't. Is she giving us a nice review on the Internet Movie Database? Could you do that as well?
I'll have to make sure, just in case, I'll make sure I have some expired condiments in my house. If it goes against all, But no, I think in overall, like, just great, like, both of them. I know, I don't know if you guys want to talk about, hosts, or, like, I know that Anthony and I were going to do another episode about hosts, so I don't know if you guys would want to jump on another episode with us again with hosts or not.
Sure, man. Yeah. I guess the festive season is almost upon us, so why not? For sure.
Yeah, so we're going to end up having to do hosts within the next. Man, what is it? We got 2 weeks until the end of this month. Yeah, about give or take.
Something like that.
And then we're going to have to try to start looking into them. So then I guess I could ask you some questions. You guys can help me out. Do you guys have like some good Christmas horror movies that you would suggest, or just other movies in general that you would suggest us like check out? Like another thing that we ask is, like what are some good ones that you would like highly recommend us do an episode on, or that you guys would potentially want to say anything, jump on one.
Home Alone.
What? Homeland? I think
Home Alone.
See, and that's what I was saying. And then I'm going to say it too. I was like, dude, Home Alone for sure can be. I was like, because it's some little kid, people are breaking. I'm like, what's scarier than that? You know?
I
And then I
tell
was
you
like,
what
Home
really
invasion.
caught me off guard was the Krampus.
yep.
When they did that, that really caught me off guard. I really enjoyed that because it's a horror movie and it's set at Christmas. But not only did I enjoy the horror, there's some little elements of comedy in there, you know, the little gingerbread men and stuff. But like, I felt so Christmassy watching that film.
It's great.
It's like, yeah, I love it, man. Like Christmas is my favorite time of year, so I'm always up for watching Christmas films all through the year, to be honest. But I felt really festive watching it, but also got my kicks from the horror or whatever you want to call it from that film. So that's a good one. I'd recommend that.
I've got an 8-year-old, and I don't know if I should just I guarantee my wife has never listened to a single one of my episodes of these podcasts. So I can say whatever I want, and then hopefully her employees, though, if you're my wife's employees, don't tell her that I say this shit. But you know, I want to we have an 8-year-old son. And I want to be like, look, motherfucker, watch this Krampus movie and see this is what happens if you act like little shit. You know? I mean, he's a great kid, but he's got his moments where I swear to God, if he's not a lawyer, he just argues and argues and argues so much. Like he'll say something like, "Oh, dude, that's like a Lamborghini F-150," and you're just like, "There's no such thing as a fucking Lamborghini F-150." And he's like, yes, there is. And you're just like, God damn it, I know that there's no such thing as a Lamborghini F-150. But, yeah, so Krampus. I don't know if my son would be too young for that one. But I can say, hey, sorry, babe, you weren't home.
Never. Krampus is fine. My 8-year-old watched The Thing and everything. He loves it.
Yeah. So... Still hear this dog. It's funny. But then I guess finally the last one. Is there stuff that you guys are working on that you guys can say anything about without, I guess, spoilers?
Yeah. There's a movie that we wrote before Feed Me, but took a bit of a back burner just because it requires a bigger budget. So we put that aside and we did Feed Me. Now that Feed Me's out of the way, we're going to tweak it a little bit. But it's we can't say much, but it's it looks like it. I mean, it's got potential. We've got some people interested in potentially making it with us, and if we can get it made, it's bizarre as fuck. It's so awkward.
Awesome.
You just have to laugh, and that's I guess that's all I can say on the matter. That's yeah. We can't really say much about the movie just yet, but there's something in the works. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. And hopefully, like I said, we're going to do another host one. So if you guys, have time again, really appreciate you guys taking your time and jumping on with us, and especially like Anthony even said, it was almost instantly like how awesome you guys were about, he messaged and then instantly like a turnaround to say, hey, what's up? Yeah, we'd like to do this, and I liked
Sure.
Neal, like you saw I was tagging you and them, and then you're like, hey, let's do this. And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, man,
Like
we're up and coming in the game, and this being the guy's second film, and I've done a few other little films here and there, and it's always about giving back to the people that are doing these kind of things, and anybody that speaks highly of the film, because there's not that many of them. We can easily fit them all into our schedule.
No, I know. Like there was just some nerds. Like I went on, I saw some comments on some of them, and I don't even want to give them any shout outs because, like we've said it, like Anthony and I, like we're not film critics. Like we honestly enjoy watching the movies, and and no matter what we do, Anthony and I can say anything, but it's always going to be a million times better than anything that we could ever have put together. So like it's just genuine. Like they're great. Both of them that we've seen.
Well, this
and I
is the
saw there's a
thing.
list, but there's going to be more.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is we kind of know that with that kind of film, with what we've made with Feed Me, it's gonna be polarizing. There's going to be people that love it, and it's mainly the people that actually appreciate proper horror that actually do enjoy the film. And excuse me, there's other people that are expecting something kind of mainstream when they see, I don't know, trailers, artwork, or whichever, which is a good thing because we get eyes on it, but they might not enjoy it as much as we do, so or as anybody else. So there's going to be people that like it. There's going to be people that hate it. But the people we don't like are the ones that just go on and 1-star it for the sake of 1-starring it, and it's quite sad to see. But then we go,
there's a bunch of trolls.
We just go, fuck it, why not? We've done well out of it. It's got some exposure and it's doing really well. So the only way is up, and that's what we kind of want to do. And the only way we can keep going up is speaking to the people like yourselves and everybody else we've spoken to, and giving people a bit of our time when we've got it. So otherwise we'd just be ignorant and up our own asses, which we're not. So
yeah, we'd
rather talk to the fans.
Yeah,
we'd even go on and talk to people that fucking hate the film. We'd probably have a good chat with them, and I think certain people in the past haven't initially liked the film, and we've done podcasts with them.
All right. Well, yeah, we appreciate it, guys. And then if you guys have time in the future, hopefully we'd be able to get you on after the episode of Host comes out. And if there's anything else. In the future we're working on, we'd love to do those ones as well. Like we said, great movies, man. Keep it up. Appreciate you guys making them and going through all your hard time, and then we just get to sit back and enjoy them.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. We are available on Apple, Google, Stitcher, and Spotify. Give us a like and subscribe if you like what you hear.